This is the plaintiff, Chandra Catcher. She says she sold a whole bunch of furniture to the defendant, and the woman took advantage of her kindness because now she refuses to pay her in full. That's right. She foolishly trusted this woman. She let her take the furniture before being paid in full, and now she can't get her to pay the remaining balance of $4,778. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Yolanda Warren. She says she paid for all the belongings she took from the plaintiff. She never agreed to buy the thing she's now trying to charge her for, and that's that. She just wants this woman out of her life once and for all. And if anyone's out money for having to appear in court today, it's her. She's accused of not paying in full. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $200 for lost wages.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff sold a bunch of furniture to the defendant, and the plaintiff says the defendant is taking advantage of her because she is not paying in full. But the defendant says she paid for all the furniture she bought from the plaintiff, but the plaintiff is trying to charge her for things she didn't agree to buy, and that's simply not fair. It's the case of no love seat here.
Thank you, Douglas. All right, Ms. Catcher, you are suing Ms. Warren for $4,778. You say she owes you. Why? What happened?
I was leaving California and moving back to New York. I had placed items up on Facebook Marketplace, also on OfferUp.
How long were you in California?
I was in California a little less than a year.
Okay.
I had some illnesses and a cancer death, so we decided to just come back to New York and forget the California dream.
That and you couldn't drop the New York accent either.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
The defendant had contacted me on OfferUp on September 7th. We had conversated a little bit, and then we exchanged telephone numbers. She was interested originally in my 12-foot couch that I was selling and the storage ottomans. And then we continued to text. We started to talk a little bit more, building a friendship. And then I had asked her if she would be interested in the rest of my apartment because I am moving, so I had so many things. She said, can I see some pictures? I sent her some pictures and things like that. One thing led into another. She said, ooh, I like this, I like that. Can you please take everything off of OfferUp? I took off of OfferUp.
She said, I'll take everything?
Yeah.
Had you settled on a price?
Yeah, I had said to her,
you can have all of it for $2,000. What did you say?
Yeah, I sent her quite a few pictures and stuff like that. And I said, I'll give you this as a bundle, as $2,000 as a bundle package.
And she said, oh, after that, she said, take it off of OfferUp, I want it?
I didn't put the $2,000 into it. It's when she came, I believe, that I had said to her the $2,000.
Oh, so you hadn't even settled on a price at that point. Let me ask you a question. You see the pictures, you want the couch, you go to her house and you pick up the couch, correct?
Yes.
How much did you pay for the couch?
$600, but I gave her $700.
Why did you give her $700?
Because prior to that day, she had gave me 2 bins full of stuff, appreciation. You know?
Okay, so you gave her $700.
I gave her $700.
And you're shaking your head saying, well, how much was the couch?
No, she gave me $600 for the couch. She gave me $700. That was the couch and the 2 storage containers.
Okay, either way, there's no question she gave you $700, right?
No question she gave me the $700, yeah.
Okay, did there come a time when you told her, take the rest of the stuff off of OfferUp because I want
just the couch.
Did you ever say to her, I want everything?
No.
Never?
No, I didn't. And when she was saying that, she was giving this price for this stuff, I said, I'll see. Because I didn't even know what the stuff looked like yet.
Well, let's see the text. Let's see the text. First should be 23 pics. Can you see them? Also, we have miscellaneous that we didn't post. Just going to give that to whoever. I got my day off on Tuesday, so I will do this on that day after I get the couch. What were you going to do Tuesday after you got the couch? What does that mean?
After I got the couch, after I seen everything, because I seen the couch.
My next payday is the 23rd, and I will give you another $600. That would be $1,200.
I told her that because
then when my roommate pays me rent on the 1st, I will give you $500.
Right.
And then on the 7th will be the last $200.
Okay, so.
And now if I add those figures, am I going to get $2,000?
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Right. So you're telling her that you want it, right?
No, I was telling her that but I didn't see the stuff yet.
Well, then why are you telling her when you're going to pay her for stuff that you don't want?
Okay.
She's telling you about she and her husband have trust issues, not with each other, but with other people, okay? I don't want this to be an argument. We can go with the couches and the things you gave me last night and cut me that price. No, it's fine. We made a deal. I wanted to do a form of what I get from you. That way it was clear on what's expected. I like being able to say it was kind of rushed, so we didn't do this. The last thing I want is for you and your hubby to argue. Are you now looking at it on your phone? Can I have it on your phone, please?
Yes.
Hand it to my bailiff.
September 11th. And then
Okay.
down.
Thank you.
These are not screenshots, right? These are the
No,
actual.
that's the actual.
Yeah. Maybe your roommate can pay you a few days earlier, so you get more to me before I leave. Then I guess we'll have to sign a promissory note. Yes, I will ask him if he will pay me earlier. So she's talking to you about a promissory note. It sounds like you're making a deal. It's fine, no worries, you get it all. If you can get your roommate to pay rent a few days earlier, then it's only $200 for you to send, meaning $200 after you've paid all the other things you say you're going to pay. I think I can trust that $200 will be sent and my hubby will be fine. Your answer is, you are so kind. Now, wait a second, I need to see everything in person. It's you are so kind for all of this, and again, you can trust me. I am very trustworthy. I'm the key holder of my complex. So when this is all over, your husband is going to owe me a certificate saying I do trust Yolanda, LOL.
Okay.
This feels right and good for both of us, so right. What happens when she gets there? She takes the couch.
The first time she came with her car and took a whole bunch of stuff. The second time, that's when she gave me the $700. With that, she came back a couple of days later with the truck to pick up the couch, but couldn't fit the storage ottomans in there. So she was supposed to come back again to fit the storage ottomans and everything else. But you'll see a little later, the story changes now.
She says, I think so, but all I want to get is the gray ottomans and TV. $1,300 is a little steep for the cubbies. That oven and cook thing. So what price would you give me for those 3 things? She says, I was giving you so much more, including the Tupperware full of stuff and the entire apartment, silverware, grills, and everything. And now you're saying this when I could have been selling. This is why we wrote a promissory note. This is later. This is on the 18th. When was a promissory note written?
The 12th when she got my couch.
Oh, when she came to pick up the couch.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here.
Let me see the promissory note. Yolanda Warren is buying Chandra Catcher's contents of apartment with the exception of personal belongings and tools for $2,000 cash, minus $700 that was given on 9/10, $1,300 owed. Is this your signature, ma'am?
I gave her a copy too.
Yeah, it's my signature.
Okay, and don't you say there that you will pay her $1,300 for the stuff?
Yeah, I didn't read it. It was fast.
Well, what were you signing? What did you think you were signing?
I was just signing. I thought it was just for what I got. The $700 that I paid.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Have you signed things before?
No, I have
You've
never been
never
through
signed
this.
a single thing.
Not
You've
for
never
this.
signed a lease. You've never bought a car. You've never ever signed signed your
yes, I
name to a
have. Yes,
contract.
yes,
Have you
yes.
ever entered a
Okay.
contract?
Yes.
Okay, what is a contract?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How did you turn a $1,300 case into a $4,700 case? What'd you do?
$1,300 is what she owes me. The $2,000, the additional $1,500 that I am suing for is for the shipping cost of what that $2,000 was going to cover. So out of pocket, I had to ship all the stuff that I was shipping.
So what? Aren't you getting that if you sue? And by the way, it's not an additional. It's an additional $2,478. But go ahead.
Right. So I was suing for the $1,500 that it cost me in shipping.
Wait, were you talking about shipping your own stuff that you were always going to ship?
That was why I was selling all this for such a less price. Instead of keeping everything up on OfferUp, I just said $2,000.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Are you saying that you want her to pay a shipping cost that you were already going to spend for your own stuff that you were taking back with you to New York?
The stuff that I had sent her that she purchased from me, that money I was going to use for my shipping.
Is that a yes to my question or
Yes.
a no?
Wait.
Right, so this is what the stuff you're talking about, that shipping costs, are things you were taking with you to New York. It's just that was the money, so you think she should pay that too. She should not only pay you the $1,300, which would then put you in the position that you were in before the bad thing happened.
Right.
She should also, you should get a freebie on all your stuff being shipped to New York that you were supposed to pay. So she'd pay you the $1,300, then she'd pay you more money, and then you would be double dipping, and then you would come out way ahead based on the lawsuit, instead of just the lawsuit putting you in the position you were in before she did a bad thing and reneged.
Okay, so then the 300...
Okay, and pain and suffering, which you don't get in a contracts case. Money's paid to JetBlue. What's that about?
I had to take 2 additional tubs onto the plane with me
Why?
because I couldn't get rid of anything.
I'm sorry. You could take them to your nearest shelter and get rid of them.
This was all happening at 1 o'clock in the morning, September 26th. I was leaving September 27th at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to call for an additional Uber to take those. It cost me more money in Uber to take those, the 2 cartons.
Why wouldn't you just put them in the garbage then? I think these were things you were taking to New York anyway.
No,
You're not going to get any of these additional monies. It's ridiculous. The point of court is not ching ching, let that cash register ring. The point of court is to put you in the position you were in before the bad thing happened, if I find that a bad thing happened. And I find that a bad thing happened. Because if you didn't want her stuff, then you deprived her of the opportunity to sell it to somebody else, and you signed a promissory note, and I'm not going to listen to you say, oh, I don't know. I didn't know what I was signing. Oh, I guess contracts don't matter in the world.
Okay, you're right. Okay.
Right.
Okay, I agree.
Welcome back to the People's Court. The plaintiff is saying it may have been foolish to give the defendant all that furniture without the defendant paying in full, but hey, fair is fair. That's why she's here. Let's go back into the courtroom and find out who wins.
What are you suing for $200 for lost wages?
Because I'm missing work. You know.
Well, you wouldn't miss work if you had paid the $1,300 like you were supposed to.
Okay, and the stuff that she was selling me, she sold on OfferUp. If she pulls her OfferUp account up, you'll see that it was sold.
After it was obvious that she was not going to get them, were you
The
able
last 4 days, I scrambled around and probably sold, mostly his tolls,
Okay,
actually.
that's what I need to know. Can you tell me what were the things in that $1,300
That's right. There was TV. There was a TV.
that she didn't get that she was supposed to get and pay for? Go ahead.
TV, the 2 gray storage ottomans. She was supposed to get the 2 cubby units, end tables. There's so much more. I'm nervous right now.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit down with my staff and your OfferUp account. We're going to figure out what stuff was sold afterwards. According to you, how much did you sell afterwards?
Very few pieces. I have to.
My question was, how much did you sell?
Not even
500, 800, 1,000. How much?
Maybe $500 worth. Not even under $500 worth, because I was just giving everything away at that point.
We're going to figure out what that is from OfferUp, and that's going to be deducted from the $1,300, because the idea behind court is to make you whole, not to put you ahead of the game. In other words, you can't get the full $1,300 if you were able to get some of it. I don't want to guess at what you sold. I want to know what you sold. But I don't want to take up any more time because I have a lot of other cases still waiting outside. So this objective is going to be reached. I am ruling in your favor. I'm ruling in your favor. You have an enforceable contract. She owes you $1,300 minus whatever you were able to sell, which we're going to figure out by going on OfferUp and communicating with OfferUp. And you're going to need to cooperate to do that, because if you don't, it's not going to go well. What did you want to say?
I have a letter from my doctor stating that I had to increase my medication because of all this, because of the anxiety, the screaming, the fighting, the rage.
With your husband or with her?
With him. With him.
She's not going to pay for that.
And then up till the 26th of the night, I have texts asking my neighbors to come over and just take everything. And this is at 1 o'clock in the morning, the night before I'm leaving.
Yeah, this kind of thing happens.
Sounds like counseling.
Stop. Stop. Don't talk to each other, please.
It doesn't sound like counseling.
Your remedy. No. What did you say? It sounds like what?
Counseling. It sounds like I need a counselor. It sounds like counseling. What you did to me?
Stop. It's a contracts case.
Right.
No, you need to stop. You're very flippant about it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell someone who is just vulnerable and open enough to say, I had to up my medication. It sounds like you need counseling. That's kind of, stop.
Mm-hmm.
It is what you said.
Oh, okay.
That's counseling. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of rude, all right?
Okay.
But we're going to figure out, because she is, I just signed all over it, signing the walls, signing the doors, I don't know what I'm signing. No, that's an enforceable contract, but it is appropriate for me to deduct whatever it is you were able to sell because you can't sell it twice.
Right.
That's it. My staff is going to sit down with you, and we're going to hammer all that out. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks, and of course, your court costs.
So the plaintiff prevails. She is going to get $1,300 less, whatever the court figures out that she did sell. So let's find out what the defendant, Ms. Warren, has to say about this case. What are you thinking right now?
Nothing. It's fair. It is what it is. I learned my lesson. Never to buy from offer up.
Don't buy from pushy people.
Well, I don't know. You know, you had the chance. You said you were going to buy, and then you didn't.
But I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, here comes the plaintiff, Ms. Ketcher. It's been an ordeal, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, very much so. She scammed me. She came into my house and committed a punishable act of crime against me and robbed from me and scammed me through offer up. This is not her first time, and it won't be her last time.
A punishable act of crime. That's very
Came
serious.
into my house and took
Yeah?
my, absolutely. Signed contracts, led me to believe certain things, befriended me. I gave her everything,
Yeah.
and this is what she does to me.
So, what have you learned from this whole thing?
Never to trust anybody again, not even with a promissory note.
No one.
No one.
How about him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. They'll figure out how much you're going to get. All right, Harvey, what are your thoughts?
You know, Doug, we always talk about get it in writing, get it in writing. This case is brilliant because there is a promissory note here, and that promissory note is worth its weight in gold. It basically says that if you take me to court and you don't want to pay, and I present this promissory note to the judge, guess what? You're going to lose.
I took my car to an oil change shop, but when I got home, oil leaked out of the oil drain plug and stained my concrete floor in my garage. I complained to the shop, but all they do is refund my $45 for the oil change. I paid my handyman almost $200 to degrease and clean the garage floor. Can I sue?
Yeah. You can actually. This happened to you.
Yeah.
I remember that something like this
It
happened
didn't happen
to
to him. It happened to a friend.
Okay.
I think your friend Kenny from law school.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Happened to Kenny from law school.
Yeah.
As
It's
well.
coming back to me.
Something like that.
But yes, you can sue, and yes, that's a consequential damage of them not tightening the
It should
cap.
be compensable.
And it
right?
should be
I mean, it's a
compensable.
foreseeable consequence of them not tightening that oil drain plug.
Right.
So why not? And yeah, it can be a real mess, especially if you have one of those pristine white concrete garage floors and all of a sudden that stuff is in there.
Right.
Concrete is porous. It absorbs the oil. It's a minor catastrophe. You got to call the EPA to get the stuff out.
I don't think it's, as the kids ridicule you when you overdo something, it's a disaster of biblical proportions.
It would be.
I
If
think
it happened on my floor,
yes,
I would
I know.
be
You're very
bugging
serious.
out.
You and
know I
Kenny are
would
very
be.
serious about your garages. Yes,
Right,
I know.
Absolutely. Well, you know, in Kenny's case, I know that what happened to him was he went back to the guy and complained, and the guy gave him like a coupon for the next oil change.
Because why would I come back here?
Right. A lot of good that does.
Right.
That's it for this session of the People's Court. We will see you next time.